So this is all about troubleshooting and advanced techniques to either tailor and suit individual skin complaints or individual tastes, as well as understanding how versatile these cosmetics can be. Now, when you are choosing toxin-free, natural products, you can be versatile because there's no added toxins or nasties in there. You can use these products on different areas and it doesn't matter. So this is why a range like Bomonde, you could have a couple of staple products and use them on different areas, and that's okay. That is fine for your skin. So first I want to talk about the main thing people might be thinking to themselves right now is the different types of skin types. So if you are watching this and you have got oily skin, you have very wet skin, so you know, menopausal sweats come through, or you have extremely dry skin and you find that you are using these foundations, these shop bought silky foundations jam-packed with toxins because you've got so many dry patches. I want to teach you on how you can slowly get into minerals and improving your skin and take that transition, because it is not easy, okay? It's not easy changing makeup anyway. You know, women are set in stone when it comes to their cosmetics. So for instance, if you have got extremely oily skin, and you find that your makeup is constantly coming off throughout the day and you need that mattifying, we've already discussed that you would use a mattifying finishing powder to seal that foundation or that base in, yeah? But if your skin is extremely oily and this isn't enough, then you can actually layer it up. So you can actually put your mattifying powder on the face all over, then you would put your foundation, your blushes, your bronzers, and then you would seal with a mattifier afterwards. Once you've done this and then your skin is not using any toxins at all, no concealers, no toxins and parabens on the skin, your skin will start to improve and you will find your oil production will slow down because you are not dehydrating your skin. The moment you start dehydrating your skin with all the toxins, your skin's going to produce more oil to actually try and hydrate. So that transition period will be difficult, but once you transition and stick to it, you will find once you get to past the first skin cycle, which is normally for about 4 weeks, your skin will be improving, yeah? And you won't find these spots and these oily areas that you have, they won't linger as long as they used to. So it is really important to make sure that you are transitioning, but when you are transitioning, you are basically removing any of these toxin-based ingredients because you want to go purely toxin-free and natural when it comes to what is going on your skin. Now, the complete opposite end of the scale, you've got very dry patches. I dealt with a lady once who had extremely dry patches around the eye area, and she tried minerals. She used a mineral foundation that she bought, she was recommended, but what it did, it stuck to the dryness. And a lot of people think powder, it will stick to that dryness. It is incorrect because it's the ingredients that make the product dry in, not the actual formation, not whether it's a powder or the liquid. But initially it is quite difficult to make that transition because superficially she wanted this creamy concealer on there to help even out these dry patches. So, but obviously adding that on is then going to be dehydrating the skin more, so she's never going to get rid of this dryness. So what we did in that case and what I helped her with is we layered up our finishing silk. So in these really dry areas, she applied with a small brush, something similar to this. Oh, no, here we go. Something similar to, not even that one, this brush. Something similar to this brush. Not sure it's focusing in. She used this in the dry area, so wherever her skin was really dry, she actually just put the finishing silk, which is the sheen silk finish, which is good for a normal or a dry skin. She applied this to the dry areas first, then she applied her foundation, her correctors, concealers, whatever she needed to apply, then she finished off with the finishing silk. Now, in the first few days, she did find it tough because she was used to the very thick, creamy concealers. But as her skin got used to being toxin-free and ridding her skin of these toxins, by the time she got to her 4 weeks, her dryness had gone. So this is a transition period that we have to make for a healthier skin. But those first couple of days, if you have got skin to the extreme, then it can be quite difficult. Now, I want to touch on the versatility of mineral makeup and the versatility of Bomonde, my range. What you need to understand is because everything is toxin free and natural and good for the skin, you can use anything wherever you want. I've already shown some of this in the makeup tutorial earlier, but I'd like just to bring attention to my lip colour and my cheek colour. My lip colour is a liquid lipstick from the range, but I wanted a slight pinky tone on my cheeks. So I've used my lip colour on my cheek area and dabbed it round with my finger. And it is perfectly safe for the skin because it is toxin free. So if you have a shade, you have a product which is like Bomonde, it's toxin free, or it is Bomonde, and you want that shade in a different area other than what it is actually, what it says on the tin, you can be versatile with it. One of my massive favourites, which I did touch on earlier, is the eyeshadow. This eyeshadow here, this colour is called Topaz Shimmer, and this duo set is called Topazimite. Now this is my absolute all-time favourite as a cheek highlighter. And you can see here, if I was to put this on here, can we see? Let me put it on my non-tattooed hand. There we go. Can we see this? Get rid of my face so it can focus in. There we go. So you can see that shimmer. That is an eyeshadow, and it's a gorgeous eyeshadow, but this on the cheekbones hits that light. So I find that I use, this is my holiday product. I take this away with my mascara, and that is all I need because I can use this in various areas. Now, same with the brow palette or your eyeliner palette. Even though it is a brow palette, it's a brown, excuse me, it's designed for eyebrows. What if you was to use a wet brush and apply it as an eyeliner? And you can do that. You can just wet your brush. I'm just wetting my brush down here to show you guys. Pick up some of your product. And then what we can do is we can sweep it over here. And we then get a softer liner if we like the brown. So just because it says brow palette, if you like the colour, change it up. One of my influencers did an amazing thing with a bronzer, and I really encourage people to try this with any natural bronzers that you may have. Now this is a shade called Copper Clay. This is a very bold bronzer. It's got a lot of shimmer to the product. It is very pigmented. Because it's pigmented, it does go really far. But if I apply this more densely to the skin, can you see here? That really nice bronze, yeah? Now what if we was to get a wet brush and pick some of the product up with a wet brush? This is just amazing. One of my influencers did this and it was absolutely phenomenal. And apply it with a wet brush. What would that give us? Well, that would give us a really high pigmented gold, coppery, bronze eyeshadow. Look at that. Simply stunning. So it is completely versatile, but then you apply with a big brush on the cheeks and you get a bronzer. So when I'm discussing all these products and you're sat there watching this thinking, right, great, I need to get Bomonde on board, I want all these products, that's amazing. However, you don't need to go mad. You can pick a colour palette that suits you. You can then be versatile with it. So the whole range, because it is toxin free, it's natural, vegan, cruelty free, it hits all the 4 boxes of clean beauty, you can then become versatile with a whole range. So let me know what products or what colours you like and what you would like to see Bomonde try out in different areas, and I will do that for you. Comment below.